Hi guys, so today I have a new set to share with you from Diamond Press. It's their new Lace Slimline Stencil Stamps, Dies, and Inks. This set does include inks and a little bit different from the ones that we had tried out yesterday or a couple days ago. It depends on when you're watching this video. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. And again, the description box is just under the video. It could be the title. You can click on that, or where it says show more, or just like the little triangle that's down there. But let's check this out. So this, again, it said Slimline. Oh, awesome! I did not see that in the listing or on the outside here. It comes with the handle and then the daubers. So, like I said, the other sets that we looked at didn't have the inks. These do come with some ink. It's like a light blue and like a purplish blue, so we'll check that out in just a second here. So these are available on HSN. What I was going to say is I brought out this other set because I wasn't sure. I didn't know it had the daubers in there, which is really cool. This set, this is the ink refills or dauber refills that you can pick up on mydiamondpress.com. That's a little bit different. And on mydiamondpress.com, you can also use my affiliate code VCDP for 10% off your total purchase there. But I want to show you these. So this one is 20 dauber heads and the handle, and it's the wooden handle, which is really lovely. So I brought this out because I was going to use them, but we have a set here, so we're good to go with that. And along with that, I did also want to mention that they did bring in some of the storage pockets with the labels on mydiamondpress.com. Also, I'll link those just because I've been using them in the videos. You know, I put some things away, and I mentioned that the other day that hopefully they bring some back, and they have them back in already. But that's on my Diamond Press. Okay, so let's look. I mean, there's lots of fun things. So we have our inks. We'll get to those in just a minute. The two heads, and then of course this little guy just pops on like that. Boom, boom, boom. Plastic handle. Super cute color. Put that to the side. We have stencils, and they are layering stencils, and we have dies and we have stamps. So the stamp set has Thinking of You, my friend, miss you so much. This is not a card, it's a hug. Oh, that's really sweet. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Another great one. And then we have the dies. So these dies, I don't know if you can see, can cut that guy, can cut that guy, can cut these. You know, if you want to put those in there, I suppose you can do that too. So we have the two dies. I'll give you a little bit of a size measurement here so you have some idea. This one's like 3.5 inches wide and about 2 inches in the other direction. And this one's a little bit longer. It's like 4 3/4 by about just over half an inch, or about an inch, half an inch. It comes with a cutting folder, of course, for the marquee. Again, thin metal dies can cut in any machine that cuts thin metal dies. So I've been saying that you can put these, you know, in any other machine that you have, but you can also put any other thin metal dies in the marquee. Vice versa. Okay, so these are the stencils, and we'll look at the inspo sheet in a minute, but basically they do layer. So, I mean, you can use them by themselves, right? I mean, that's a gorgeous pattern to stand alone, this one too, but they can layer into each other. So hopefully you can kind of see what that means with the little frill and then this little guy. And then this one has like a scroll pattern. And again, you can have this plus that, you know, put together. Hopefully you can see that kind of design. Really pretty. And that's basically probably what they're talking about in here. So let's open this up. Really pretty. So again, you know, use the first one, use the second set, and then you can top it off with your topper. A very simple, beautiful stenciled card. And so we're probably going to stick to that. We'll do something like that today. So what I was thinking was what I was going to do is do some stenciling different colors, because I forgot this comes with colors. So what I'm going to do is grab some black ink too, because I think what I'm going to do is black ink and then kind of ombre this in the background together, depending on which one I use, but I think that'll look really pretty. So I will grab some paper. Again, these guys are made for Slimline, but you can always use these pieces, you know, on any size card really. The stencil itself is 3.5 inches wide by 8.5, so it's just that standard Slimline, like if you were just to put on your paper. But again, you can just, you know, if you have an A2 size paper and you want to do that, and then a little bit of this one, however you want to do it, I think it's going to look really lovely. Okay, so let me grab some paper and we will get started. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to apologize for what essentially was a rough edit. this little portion of the video. I don't know what happened. It didn't transfer over. So easy enough for me to do it again. So I just showed you guys what's in the kit, and then I cut the card base, and then I moved on to take the wrappers off of this, and that's when I paused because I didn't want you to hear all the crinkling. And when I came back, that little section was gone. So just want to show you real quickly what I was doing. This is just a smooth white piece of cardstock. It's going to be my card base. It's also going to be what I stencil on. So again, it's 8.5 by 11. And so for a standard, you know, what I consider standard slimline, I need 8.5 by 7, scored at 3.5 on the 7-inch side, so I have a 3.5 by 8.5 inch slimline. So on the 7-inch side, I'm going to cut 4 inches off because that leaves 7. And then simply this piece that's left is what I'm going to stencil on. So we didn't have any waste. I'm just going to stencil on this and then trim this down a little bit. I am going to matte and layer my card base though. So in the meantime, I will go ahead and score this at 3.5. So we have that. Fold it over, make card base, and then I'm going to have a little die cut behind this. Okay, so like a die cut mat. But we're going to stencil on this in this next scene here. So you'll see I'll be opening up the rest of the plastic on this. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry, I was just kind of gouging in the back. Didn't want to make too much crinkling. So we have this with the new heads that we just got. And then this one I got from my neutral set of inks. And it already has a head that I've been using in black. So I will leave that there. And I'm still putting it straight because that way when I go to cut it on my guillotine, I still have this pretty straight. I'm just going to tape this down. So there's a few different ways you can do this. Since my paper is larger than the stencil, I'm still going to tape it from up here. But some people, what they do is they put the tape on the back. So if my paper was smaller, let's pretend, like, let's say this was my paper right here. You know, it's just off the edge here. On the back, you can put your tape, and that way it's not in the way of your stencil at all, right? Which is really nice. Nice tip, but for me, I'm just going to tape it down like that. And I'm taping it to my surface. So I'm taping the paper, but I'm also taping it to my work surface. I'm going to do this all black, and then I think I'm going to come in with this and ombre it in like the blue and purple or something. Or maybe from inside out. Yeah, maybe that'd be good. Something fun. So I can just take that off. I'm going to sit down, because I never sit down. And let's play a little bit here. So I'm looking at the design. I don't see that there's too many pieces where if you go like this, it's going to pick it up. But I'm still going to start in the center here. Oh, I'm dabbing too much. I can see how juicy this is. I don't know if you can see the shininess right there. I don't need to dab that much. But so I'm just going to start in here. Again, we can do like circular motions. We can do pouncing. It just depends on, for me, the design. If there's an area that's going to be picked up if I really push on it, I don't want to do that. I want to pounce in those areas. And you know, I don't know if you can see, it's really dark here. It's a lot less light, you know, a lot less dark there. It's fun to just put some variation. In this area, it looks like I can pick that one little area up, so I'm going to pounce in here. You do want to get these little dots. I believe it's part of the design. It's not just there for like registration. So these guys, again, I'm kind of pouncing in here. And laying off of the ink just to give some variation of color, a little movement, you know. It's a little darker in some areas, lighter in others. And I'm going to raise this up and see if yep, looks lovely. Really soft. So okay, I'm good with that one. And I'm going to go rinse this off right now. I'll be right back. And the reason I went ahead and paused it, wash this one off right now, because of all the colors of like inks that will stain your stencils, black is like one of the ones that will do it. So I just went to rinse it off, as you can see, it's a little bit. But all the ones I used yesterday, yeah, all the ones I used the other day with the colors, they all rinsed off really easily and really nice and clean. So with this guy, I'm trying to see where this goes. Sorry, so I was just trying to see where this one goes. I think. Okay, there is a direction on this guy, because I don't know if you see these little swirls. They need to kind of nestle into this area. See how this is different from this area? So even though it looks symmetrical on the other parts, that one. And then we have the little dots there that help you line that up, even though it's part of the design too, right? So that's good. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. I think that's pretty good. And again, I will tape all of this down. And what I think I'm going to do is start with like the purple in the center and then go out to the light blue on either side. So it's a little bit ombre looking. I'm not sure what I was going to say. Let's see here. Juicy, juicy. Okay. So I'm going to start here in the center and kind of go out much as I would like this way. Right? And that's pretty good. And then really juicy, didn't have to dip that one again. And then go into that. So where I left this off, I'm going to start this. So it's kind of ombre, but not really because of this. And I'm not trying to blend it too much. I'm just putting a little bit of the color there. It's just a little different feel. And I think we're good. Alright. You can see the different colors. So I'm going to clean up a little bit and then we'll trim this down and put it on our card front and then stamp it and do all that good stuff. So I'm going to trim this down. Well, let me take a little bit off this edge first. I'm a little bit more straight. And a little bit off this side too. Just to get rid of that extra. And I'm going to trim this down to probably to, let's see where we're at, 3. Let's say 3 1/4. So I'm going to take a little bit off this bottom part. And then a little bit off this top part. So I'm keeping it really tight, but that's just what I'm doing. And then that probably means we're going to take it really tight here too. By 8 1/4, okay? So I'm going to trim this down so it's 8 1/4. So I'll take a little bit off this other side until it's lined up. And then I have this Decal Edge trimmer, which I thought would be fun just for an extra little something. And this one cuts about 8 1/2 by 3 1/2, so I'm just going to run this through this diamond press set here. And then we'll take our card base. Again, it's 8 1/2 by 7. I'll score it at 3 1/2 and fold it so we have our card base. Okay, I'll be right back. Just finishing up that bone folding there. And we have this piece here. And this is just going to mat right into that because I just left the smallest amount, you know, around the edges. And then this goes right on top of here. So just to give it a little texture. Let's glue this down. So I think I'm just going to simply glue one on top of the other. Nothing special there. I'm not going to put any dimensional. And then we're going to dress up our card. So I'm just going to glue this down. Nice and straight if I can. Okay, and then I'll glue this one on top of this, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so at this point, you know, we can have the card this way, we can have it this way. I mean, you can orient it however you like. Maybe we'll go this way. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is this one here, and I will stamp on some white paper also. And I think I want to stamp this with... Let's do the little ombre effect on this one too. So I'm going to take the light color, and I'm going to do this once. I probably should put this on a stamp positioner in case I want to redo some of this, because I'm barely kind of doing this kind of thing. But if I decide that I should do that, then I'll switch out. You don't want to mix your colors too much because you'll get that on there, but... So we'll have that there. Aww. Okay. And then I'm going to use this die to cut this out. But I'm also going to back this up with a little bit of foam just to get like a little more going on this part so that it looks... It has a little more dimension. So I'm going to put that there. And I'll show you what I mean by put some foam on this. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a piece of craft foam. Waist just about the same size. And when I run this to the marquee, that little bit of foam will help kind of push that in there and give us a nice kind of embossed look. And you can reuse this. You don't have to pop out the shape. If I just take this like this, I can reuse it again to cut another shape or cut into it again. So you can keep reusing the foam until it's like not usable anymore, instead of just using it once and tossing it. Or cut it the same kind of color and then you can use that as something that helps you pop up your sentiment or your piece that you cut. Something like that. And of course you can do it like this. You can put it over here. I mean, whatever it is that you like. Of course I'm going to pop that up. So let me clean up a little bit and then we'll finish up our card. Okay guys, so I already put some dimensionals on the back of this just to get it going. And I have a little bow that I actually made the other day and I just have it here. So I thought, you know what, that would be perfect for this application. So let me put this down right here. And before I really push it down, just kind of eyeballing left and right. And let's go over this way a little bit more. Pretty good, just a little bit further up. Okay, and I have this little bow that I made, and I'll just hot glue that down. So I gotta fire up the old hot glue gun, put this right here, and then to finish it off, let's add a few little jemmies to add some sparkle here and there. And we have different colors in here. This is the new set that Diamond Press brought to HSN. Let me see how this looks. Love a clear carrier because you can open it up and you can kind of audition them. What I was thinking is that I would put them there and these little guys and then some larger ones over here. I think that's what I'll do. And just like in these guys here. That guy there, this one here, and then a couple of the little guys here and here. There's some other little dots you can definitely cover up, like this one here, or this larger one here, or this little guy. But I'm just going to do them in the same spots opposite each other. So hopefully that gives you an idea how to use this set. I use pretty much everything in the set so you can see what you would do with just that, right? What's in there. So we have that guy. I'll hot glue it, and that is my card. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending these items for review. I'll have some images coming up. I'll have links in the description box. And I was just noticing the lighting was a little bit dark, so I tried to readjust that. But anyhow, I'll have some images coming up. I'll have links in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.